Abraham to Israel, from Adam's first breath to the tribes of the land. The story moves forward by God's steady hand. Through Noah and Abraham, promise takes flame. A people are gathered to honor His name. Judah is chosen, the royal line grows. From David a kingdom of covenant flows. The records remember, the names are all there. A family of faith in God's faithful care. Not just a list, not names alone, but roots of a people God calls His own. Through every tribe, through every line, His purpose is moving in history's time. Holy is the Lord, the King above all kings, worthy of the praise that all creation sings. A throne, a temple, a covenant flame, a people set apart for the glory of His name. Holy is the Lord, let Israel proclaim. Blessed be the God who remembers His name. Saul lost the kingdom by turning away. He failed to seek God and refused to obey. Then David was crowned and the tribes came as one. A shepherd made king under heaven's bright sun. He captured Jerusalem, stronghold and throne, a city for worship, a place of God's own. The mighty men gathered, courageous and true, and God gave the victory in all they would do. The kingdom was more than power or land. It stood by the mercy and word of God's hand. A king was to lead with a worshiping heart and keep God's presence at the nation's heart. Holy is the Lord, the King above all kings, worthy of the praise that all creation sings. A throne, a temple, a covenant flame, a people set apart for the glory of His name. Holy is the Lord, let Israel proclaim. Blessed be the God who remembers His name. David longed deeply for the ark to return, for worship to rise and the altar to burn. But holiness matters, God's ways must be known. His presence is sacred, not handled our own. At first there was sorrow when reverence was missed, a warning that worship must not be careless. Then priests and the Levites were called to prepare, to carry the ark with obedience and care. With singing and cymbals, with trumpets raised high, the ark came to Zion and praise filled the sky. David gave thanks for God's covenant grace, His mercy, His wonders, His holy place. The rituals taught them to honor the Lord, to seek Him with gladness and trust in His word. The priesthood served so the people could see that worship needs order, devotion, and purity. The Levites led music, thanksgiving, and prayer. They guarded the gates and served faithfully there. The priests offered worship as God had made clear, so Israel could draw near with reverence and fear. Holy is the Lord, the King above all kings, worthy of the praise that all creation sings. A throne, a temple, a covenant flame, a people set apart for the glory of His name. Holy is the Lord, let Israel proclaim. Blessed be the God who remembers His name. David desired to build God a house, a temple of worship, a sacred dwelling place. But God spoke a promise greater than stone. I will build your house, your kingdom is known. A son would arise and build in his day, and David's line would not fade away. The covenant pointed beyond David's reign, to hope, to worship, to God's lasting name. David won battles, but gave God the praise for strength and success through all of his days. Yet when pride led him to number the men, he learned again mercy and judgment for sin. At the threshing floor, mercy and sacrifice met, a place for the altar that none would forget. David bought the ground and worship began. The future temple was placed in God's plan. He gathered the gold, the silver, the stone, but Solomon would build what David had known. He organized priests, musicians, and guards. Each role was a calling, each service was charged. The priesthood was not for status or fame, but service before the most holy name. Their order reminded the nation to see God's people the call to live faithfully. Holiness means God is set apart, pure in his glory, true in his heart. And those who worship must honor his ways with obedient lives and thankful praise. The temple would stand as a witness and sign that God dwells with people by mercy divine. Not casual, not empty, not merely routine, but worship made holy, devoted and clean. Holy is the Lord, the King above all kings, worthy of the praise that all creation sings. A throne, a temple, a covenant flame, a people set apart for the glory of his name. Holy is the Lord, let Israel proclaim. Blessed be the God who remembers his name. Be strong and obey, seek the Lord fully and walk in his way. Build for his glory, give him your heart, for worship and holiness must never depart. And David gave thanks